Welcome to another video with Invest with the Doctor. My name is Dr. Haider, and today I'm going to be talking about a few commodities: gold, silver, copper, nickel, and then I'm going to be talking about three stocks that I'm thinking are likely to do well in the coming few weeks and months. And those stocks are GE Vernova, Vista Energy, and Highcroft Mining. Now, before I talk about these stocks and commodities, um, I wanted to mention something important, um, which I feel people need to understand. And it is this: it's a saying by Charlie Munger, who used to be sort of business partner for Warren Buffett from Berkshire Hathaway. Um, Warren Buffett is considered one of the biggest and one of the best investors. And Charlie Munger was sort of his partner in Berkshire Hathaway. He passed away recently. So they mentioned that big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. I think this is a very important few words that he's mentioned. So the big money is made not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. And this is where people go wrong. Um, I think it's very important that people learn this. So behind the saying is a simple idea, and it's quite powerful. Most investors lose money by constantly trading, reacting emotionally, or chasing short-term moves, while real wealth is built by buying quality assets and letting time and compounding do the heavy lifting. It fits perfectly with Warren Buffett's own philosophy too, where he said that his favorite holding period is forever. Now, I'm not expecting people to hold a stock forever, and for me, it doesn't make sense. But if you are holding for sufficient time and you are in the right stocks, you will make money. Okay, so instead of just going in and out, and getting worried, the best thing is to sit and wait. And big money is made that way. Um, I'm going to be, before I talk about the commodities and the stocks, I wanted to talk about my previous video. I mentioned the memory stocks, and the fact that there is uh, going to be a lot of movement in the memory stocks, and I gave you my case for the memory stocks and why I feel that the stocks are going to go up. If you haven't watched that video, I think this would be a good time to go back and watch the memory stock video. I did a lot of research and I presented it in that video, and I feel if you watch that video, you will get benefit out of it, and you will understand why you buy and wait, and why it makes sense to be in these memory stocks, because otherwise you'll just sell first day you see a stock dropping. So Friday was a bad day for commodities and stocks, and you would just quickly just sell the stock and come out of it, while big money is made only if you keep on holding and you believe that the stock is going to do well, which is this is why I did the research in my previous video, and I presented my research to you guys for you to understand why these memory stocks are going to do well. So SanDisk, ticker for it is SNDK. You can watch my previous video, and you will see at that time when I made the video, you can go back to it. The price was $505. So, and I mentioned that it was breaking out of this flag pattern. Okay, so this is the flag itself, and this is the pattern. This is the pole of the flag, and this is the flag. So I mentioned this in my previous video, and I said the price was likely to go a lot higher from $505, and look at where it is currently, $665, because I saw it breaking out of this pattern. And usually if you take the length of the pole, this is how high the price is likely to go. so in the opposite direction, so going north, okay, upwards. And it's quite simple to see when you look at the the stock itself and the stock price. This is why I always show you the price patterns, because when you look at it, when you look at this chart, you know what is happening to the price itself. The number itself will not tell you anything. 664 US dollars doesn't mean anything. Is it high? Is it low? It's going up? What does it mean? If you look at the chart, okay, it will give you a very good idea of what's happening with the price itself, and why most likely, when I say most likely, I'm talking about 60 to 80% chances. Okay, I don't know if 100% what's going to happen, but 60 to 80%, this is what's likely to happen to the price itself. This is why I mentioned SanDisk in my last video, among other ones. So I'm going to mention all of the memory stocks in this one. So I'll quickly show you the other ones so that I don't repeat. This was the base itself. This is the second stock I was talking about, Seagate Technology. The ticker for it is STX. And look at this chart. This is the base itself, and it's coming out of the base itself. So this is also likely to go up. There may be pullbacks, okay, it may come down, go up, cool down, but ultimately it's going up higher. Okay, so this is STX, Seagate Technology. The third one that I mentioned was the stock called Western Digital. WDC is the ticker for it. And you can also see, look at this. I mean, these are all weekly charts that I'm showing you. Every candle here is 1 week, and look at the move. Okay, so again, it's still going upwards. Why is it going upwards? Well, I mean, for that you would have to just look at my previous video, because it was all dedicated to these stocks, memory stocks. And the last one that I talked about in my last video was Micron Technology, MU. Currently the price is hovering around 440 US dollars. Again, the same thing. Now each of these is a weekly candle, and look at what's happening to the price. So again, can there be pullbacks? Most likely 5 to 10% pullbacks, 15% pullbacks, but likely to go up higher in the coming few weeks and months. And like I said, I already mentioned why in my previous video. Do have a look at it. I think it's still relevant if you do that. Now, coming back to the video today, like I said, I'm going to be mentioning gold, silver, copper, and nickel. And the reason I'm mentioning these commodities is here. Quite a few of you have asked me about these stocks itself. So I've got Hassan012. He was asking about silver, and will it come up again. Then I've got Kelyan25 mentioning, I hope I'm not butchering the name, I'm sorry. Also asked about silver and gold. And then I've got Mark Kilp 86, I think, I hope. And he also asked about copper and nickel. So these are the commodities that I'm going to be covering today, and I'm going to be telling you, when it would be a good idea to buy and sell these things. Now, this is the chart of gold. Again, this is a weekly chart, and the price has pulled back. Definitely, this happened on Friday, and today it's been the same thing. So you can see this red candle, but looking at this candle, I'm not actually worried, because look at all these green candles. So this was the base, and since then there were these green weekly candles going up. Nothing goes up forever. There'll be pullbacks, but commodities are in a bull market. So this means that it's likely, yes, it might take a break for a few weeks, and it might go down, but if you look at the long-term averages, these are weekly averages. The blue above the red, which is above the green. So 21 week is above the 50 week, and it's above the 200 week. Now these averages are important there, and they're all upsloping. That means the momentum is in the opposite direction. Yes, it's come down, but again, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything at all. Okay, it doesn't mean anything at all. Has the governments in the US, UK, etc., have they stopped printing money? No, they haven't. Have they got inflation under control? They haven't. So the from all of this, um, I get an idea of what is happening around the world. The world is very, very unstable. There's still sort of areas, hotspots on this planet where war can happen at any time. And when that's happening, or that's about to happen, gold and silver sort of starts running up. And also the instability with what's been happening around the world. I don't talk about politics. This is a financial channel, so I'm just telling you where you can park your money. um, if you want for your money to help you and for you to increase your wealth over time. So what am I saying? I'm just saying, yes, there is a red candle, but there were lots of green candles. A lot of the time, all you have to do is just sit and wait. So if you are invested in gold and silver, all you have to do is just wait. And things are likely to improve with the prices, and that's because inflation is not going anywhere. Central banks are still buying gold, and when the price of gold goes up, the price of silver goes up automatically as well. So this is gold. um, this is the chart of silver. Again, the same thing, as you can see here. There's a big red candle. Okay, when I talk about these big candles, the prices are likely sort of going in the direction of these biggish candles. So this is a red candle. Could be that in the coming few days and weeks, the price of silver drops even further. What I would do is, I don't know how low it will go, nor do I know how high it will go. But what I do is, if this weekly candle changes into a green candle, that would be my time to buy or start buying. Yes, the price would be higher from the current price, but at the moment, I don't know if it's going to fall further. Okay, so the moment it turns green is when I start buying again. So this is for gold and silver. At the time of making this video, the price of silver is 76 US dollars. The other one, copper. So the chart of the copper is not as promising as gold and silver. Both looked a lot better to me. The reason I say that is copper has still not broken this resistance line that you see here. Okay, so this one here, if it breaks this, yes, it would be a lot a lot more promising for me. But at the moment, it's got a red candle like the gold and silver chart, but it's got this big resistance to break. If it breaks that, yes, definitely the price is going to go up. So not as promising as the gold and silver chart. Okay, so for the gold and silver, I was still, this is the gold one. Wait for this to go green in the weekly, start buying after that. That's what I would do. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm telling you what I'm doing with my money. And for you, it's entirely up to you after watching this video. Same thing for silver. Goes green, that would be a good time to buy because it is a bull market after all. Copper, like I said, this one, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait if it breaks this first. Nickel, again, the red candle here again. What I would probably do is again wait for the price to go up. So for this weekly candle to turn green, and then I would think about getting into nickel. At the moment, I wouldn't. I would just wait and see how things are. So I hope you got an idea of what I look out for. I can't predict what's happening in the future. I don't think anybody can. And if somebody's telling you for sure this is what's going to happen to gold or silver, I wouldn't trust them. Um, that's because nobody can tell exactly what's going on. So we've talked about gold, we've talked about silver, we've talked about copper, and we have talked about nickel. And now let's talk about GE Vernova. Now um, let's go over to the chart cell. This is the chart for GE Vernova. Okay, the let me GEV is the ticker for it. Um, and GE Vernova is the name. At the time of making this video, the price is around 754 US dollars. Again, this chart looks quite nice to me. It's a weekly chart, and it's breaking out of this base itself. You can see this candle coming out. Usually when they're breaking out, the price is likely to go up. My price target for this stock is 846 US dollars. At the moment, it's 753 US dollars. GE Vernova is an energy company, and it provides products and services uh, sort of in the electricity sector, especially in the United States and other places. Again, the same kind of setup that you normally see, which is the blue above the red. RSI again is overbought, which is normally what I like. I know people get scared of this, but this tells me that there is a lot of momentum in the stock itself. MACD again is positive, it's green, which means the price is likely to go up. Now, if you notice in my previous videos, I have started showing you this page, which is the Yahoo Finance page. You can Google Yahoo Finance. You type the ticker in this spot here, and in this spot here, and you will get this page. So GEV, if you type, this is GE Vernova. You will get the idea of the fundamentals for the stock itself. As you can see here, there is they missed on their earnings in one place, but the rest of them they've done very well. And as you can see, I mentioned the revenue itself, which is in the blue, which has been going up, and the earnings. So revenue, as you can see, has been climbing up. Okay, but for more important for me is this yellow or golden area here. Okay, but you can see that's been going up as well. So the revenue has been going up, and the earnings have been going up. So this is telling me this is a good company, very good company to get into. The chart looks okay, and the fundamentals are obviously fantastic. So this is one of my picks. This is what I've bought, but of course, it's entirely up to you for you to do your own research and see whether it makes sense. So this was GE Vernova. So the next one we are going to talk about is Vista. So this is the stock for Vista here. And the ticker for it is VIST. This is Vista Energy. It's also an energy company, and if you can see, there is a pattern here that I can see that is breaking out. I don't know if you see it, but this is the cup, okay, then the handle, and now it's breaking. So this was the cup itself, okay, this is the handle, and now it's breaking out of this cup with handle pattern. My price target for the stock is $70. So a good 13% upside from the current price itself. Gone into overbought on the RSI, MACD has become positive. And at the time of making this video, the stock is 60 US dollars. So breaking out of a cup with the handle pattern, and I think a 13% upside is entirely possible to a price of around 70 US dollars, if not higher, in the coming few weeks and months. So this was Vista Energy, and the last one that I'm going to talk about is Highcroft Mining. Okay, now this is the stock for Highcroft Mining. It's not the best looking stock, okay, because there were times when it was high, and then it went down. This is a gold and silver exploration company, And again, because of the last Friday, you can see the red candle here. But again, the stock blue stacking above the red, which is stacking above the green, and you can see how it was overbought, how much it was overbought. MACD was positive, but now is going towards negative. Whether it goes negative, I'm not entirely sure. The ticker for it is HYMC. HYMC, Highcroft Mining Corporation. But it's not only the chart that I like about this stock. I like the fact that a lot of insiders have been buying this company itself, even though fundamentally it looks awful. Let me show you. On the Yahoo Finance page, if you go, look at this. Missed, red, missed here, and missed here again. And look at this. Revenue has been going down. And the earnings, look at this, awful. Okay. But the only reason is the chart looks a little bit not too bad, and the fact that insiders have been buying this stock for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but a lot of the times when an insider or insiders are buying, that means they're usually buying the stock for one reason only, and that reason is they think that the price of the stock is likely to go up. But again, what I would probably do, like I did for the gold and silver mining, is if you see this going green, okay, this is the weekly chart. If you see this going green, okay, that would be a good time to invest in this stock itself. So this was Highcroft Mining. Okay, so I hope in this small video I've mentioned the few things that I wanted to cover. Also, an interesting thing I'll show you, and which is why I believe that gold and silver mining, gold and silver stocks are going to do well, is the fact that I got an email from the Royal Mint. You have noticed that I do look at the Royal Mint, and I've mentioned this a number of times in my videos. That's because here in UK, and they are a very reputable company. I think it's partially government owned. And they're the biggest mint as well. So they know what they're talking about. I got an email on Friday, and it said the following. It said, as a valued customer of Royal Mint, we are emailing you to inform you of some upcoming changes. You may be aware that over the past few months, there have been unprecedented market price movements of precious metals, with silver, gold, platinum increasing significantly. As a business, we have worked hard to absorb these price rises as much as possible. Okay, now this is what they're saying, that they've been absorbing the price rises as much as possible. However, this is no longer sustainable. Okay, from their point of view. Therefore, we have no choice but to reflect these increases in the price of our gold and silver platinum products. We will be making the changes over the weekend, and you will see the new prices reflect from Monday. Now, the thing is, when the price of gold and silver goes up, what were they doing? Did they not increase the price of their gold and silver coins? They did. Okay, so I don't know what they're talking about, but I think from what I understand from this is that it's likely to go up significantly. So this is why I'm not too worried about the red candles that you saw in gold and silver, because from my point of view, nothing has changed. This is in fact telling you that nothing has actually changed. So this is all I had today to say about the commodities and the stocks that I had to cover. And I've tried to answer your questions as well as I was able to do. If you've got any more questions, please sort of mention them in the comments box or the comments area below the YouTube video, and I will look at them and try and answer them in my next video, hopefully. Okay. So after saying all of this, please like and subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.